Okay, it is Tuesday night, the 19th.
You're a little bit dark.
A little bit dark,
Yeah.
just not quite as much sunshine showing through.
Well, and then your black shirt. It kind of
Oh,
blends.
yeah, black shirt. Anyway, yeah, it is a little shady over here today. But the wind isn't blowing quite like it was, although there's still a little wind going on, but nothing like what we had last night. So hopefully this will go pretty good. Hope you guys had a good day. We are, like always, we got lots of things going on, lots of orders shipping out, lots of plans for the future. So, and I want to talk a little bit about that here in a few minutes. As you can see, my long Chevy is behind us, and that is many people have asked about that. That's kind of my current hot rod that I'm working on. It's probably about.
John Jernigan is here.
Hey John, it's about 90% done. I've got still got a little bit more work to do on it, but I'm happy with it so far. It is actually a 1970, but I believe that grill is off of a 68. It was on it when I got it, but anyway, it's got a 4.6 drop kit in it, and it's nothing super special, but it's kind of a nice old truck for me. It's the nicest one I've got that's old. So anyway, thought you guys might like to see what that looks like. Some of you gearheads out there.
Danny's here.
Danny's here? Yeah. So that's for you, Danny. Anyway, I'm going to jump into the questions. Hope the sound and the video is okay. Lately, we've been having a pretty good signal out here, so we're just going to keep that going as long as we
The wind's
can.
not blowing like crazy.
Yeah, but
Justin Hellickson said that thing's awesome. Nice work.
thank you, Justin. Almost everybody else did the work on it, or a lot of other people. I just forked up the money, which
Mike Five
now
says,
I'm at.
Miss Vicky, any more vids on your crafting? I haven't done anything out there. My hand is finally healed enough where I can put a glove on. So
Mike Fi?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Mike for a while.
Long time.
How are you, Mike? Anyway, so I want to go over a couple questions tonight. One I got from, I believe it was from Danny. And he asked, I need to do, let me see. Let me back up here. I know you've mentioned it before, but I want to inquire about legal site to download Clipart just in case I need to do it legit. Want to cross the T's and dot the I's. So we use a couple different ones. One mainly, again, we go to Google a lot, but most of the stuff on there is free. But it certainly is, there could be some stuff on there that is copywritten, and you might be kind of rolling the dice on that. But one for sure is Vector Stock. That's VectorStock.com.
that's the one I use most of the time.
Yeah. The neat thing about that one, rather than being a subscription, you can just put $30 in there, and then it costs you, for what we use, it's like $1 per image.
They're called credits. So for
Yeah.
$30, it's 30 credits, and all the vectors that I buy, or all the clip art that I buy, are 1 credit each.
Right. So you don't have any restrictions. You can keep that $30 credit in there for a couple years until you use it up.
Justin Hellickson said, "Oh no, what did you do?" Justin, you missed the picture of my knuckle when I took what was that? My grinding wheel to my knuckle.
Yeah, the angle grinder kind of took a little bit of
all the way
flesh.
down to the bone. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Eric couldn't stand to look at it, but I thought it was pretty cool.
That it didn't happen to me. That was the awesome part.
Good picture, good sound.
Good, excellent.
Not much wind today.
Right.
See, somebody else. I'm going to go through here because some people said hi.
Okay.
And I'm sorry I interrupted you there. Paul Simon said, "Good evening, folks." Tessa said,
Paul.
"You're early."
Yeah, we are.
John Jernigan is here. Dan Yoder says, "What's up, Easy E?"
Hey,
Justin
Dan.
Hellickson said, "Hi, guys. It's been a while. I've been super busy the last few days. I hope y'all are well." Andy Littleton, hi, Rotens.
We're doing good out here.
Greg Breimer says, "Hey, guys."
Hey, Greg. Hey,
Daniel
Andy.
Meadows says, "Good to see the Chevy in the background."
Yeah, I thought it would be kind of a nice background. Vicky's idea, actually. I wish the sun was shining on it more because that metal flake really shows up well in the sun. It shows
Bruce
up really
Peter
well.
Said, goes without saying, way better than last night.
Yeah.
Tom Trotton. Oh, your order's going to go out tomorrow, Thomas.
Yeah, we just got your order. Thank you.
He says, nice truck. Had his 72 Ford. We loved it. 72.
Maybe a Ford?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Let's see. Sorry.
Thank you.
Tim. I'm sorry, Tim. I'm going to botch your name. PFORSICH.
Yeah.
He said, good evening. Leonard Davis.
Hey.
Hi, Justin.
Hey, guys.
Justin says, yes, I sure did. Ouch, I've done that one before. Bob Bennett says, wow, look at that old war horse behind you. Very nice. Zach. Andy says, hi, guys. Hope all is well.
Hey, Andy. Thanks, guys. I do like my old truck. I don't drive it a lot.
Renee and Jimmy.
Hey, you guys. Renee and Jimmy. Mother and son.
Chris Miller says it's your anniversary. It's not our anniversary.
Not yet. No. A few more weeks.
Tessa says I have food on the grill, but it didn't get done in time. Jimmy says hi, Auntie and Uncle.
Hey, Jim.
Oh, Forsick. Oh, okay. That helps, Tim. I can do that. It's he put FORSICK.
He gave you the phonetic spelling or the phonetic sound of it.
He says,
excellent.
hi, brother and Queen Vicky. Hi, Nancy.
Hey, sis. Love you. Okay, anyway, so Vector Stock is a great place to go and to buy. I think they've got I looked at their website this morning, over 19 million images that you can purchase. And once you do, they're yours. You can use them as much as you want. And so they're yours. Now, another one is called iStock. That's istock.com. Vicky has used that one before, and they got a lot of great stuff on there. But I think it's a monthly subscription. So unless you're doing lots of stuff, the Vector Stock is definitely the most economical, and they got we've used a lot of stuff off there. They got some really good stuff off there. So hopefully that answers your question, Danny. Second question. Oh, this one I get quite a bit, and there's some confusion on this. So the question, I don't know who wrote it, but it says, hi guys. Question on the Rigid R2401. That's a little palm router that I use. The router is marked 24. The router base plate is marked R2401, and that's the router that I use. But the router that this guy has, or this person, is marked R24012. It's got a 2 at the end. And it wants to make sure that the 2401 base plate that we make will fit that R24012. I don't know why they do that, guys, but every once in a while, they'll take the same model router and they'll add an extra number or a letter to it, or a couple numbers or a couple letters. And I think this is just a guess on my part, I think it has to do with maybe the way they track sales, maybe through certain areas or certain regions. They might add a number. That's just a pure guess on my part. But here's another thing that it's possibly that it could be. So you guys know that this is my big DeWalt. This is a 618, and it says right on here, it says DW618. That's the router, the big router that I use most of the time when I use my big router. But check this. This is the housing for it. Look at the number on there. It says DW6184, which is interesting because this fits on here. So the part number for the housing is separate from the part number or model on the actual router motor. Now this is a fixed base, and this also, you can buy a plunge base. So the plunge base probably has an extra number on it too. I don't have the plunge base, but I'm assuming that it does. So sometimes when you see these things and they've got an extra number, it could be that that's just the part number for the housing itself, but the router motor is on this one is the 618, the DW618. So that could be. So generally speaking, if there's an extra number or a letter or something on there, it's still the same router. It's still the same model router. Now, those of you that are in Europe or different parts of the world, the part numbers and models are completely different anyway. I think the DWP611 is like DS2600 or something like that. That's probably wrong, but it's something like that. So it's just the European model of the, oh, sorry, my eyeball itched. European model of the DWP611. But anyway, that, when you guys see an extra letter or number over on the end of those, it's still the same model, and our base plates will still fit it. But
okay.
That's kind of confusing.
So, Bruce Peter said, I missed Vicky's mishap. Maybe she can show one more time before shutting it down.
Oh,
you guys want to see my owl?
Here it comes.
Okay, for the weak stomach people, don't look.
Yeah.
Ready? I'm
Disclaimer.
going to try to do this with my phone. So, disclaimer: if you got an icky stomach, don't look. I don't know if you can see it.
Ooh.
There it is. But this is it now. Where is it at? Yeah, you can't even see it now. Anyway.
Battle scars.
Battle scars. All right, we have some more questions. Hold
okay.
on. Let's see. Henry Satterfield says, hello, I just finished 2 signs and logged on. Richard Liz is watching you guys as I wait for sanding sealer to dry. Pam Berry said, Pixabay has some good vectors free for commercial use.
That's interesting.
Pixabay. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Oh, hi, Ryan.
Cool.
Your son is watching.
Hey, Rye.
Chris Miller says, sorry, Mike Ziegler from Hickory, North Carolina is watching, and it's his anniversary. Oh, happy anniversary, Mike. Will Hackler says, good evening, Eric and Vicky. Josh Tolson, hey, guys.
Hey, guys. Got a nice group.
Darren Smith says, there are over 3,500 free vectors on vector.com.
Vector.com. I've never seen that one either.
Richard Litz says, Eric, you're correct. I bought my Rigid 2401 from Home Depot. All they did was add one at the end of the end to track what the store sold. Yeah.
See, that's kind of was my my hunch, is that it has to do something with regions or the way they sell them or whatever. I'm not sure.
Get a tattoo over my owie. Yeah, it's a tattoo in itself.
It's a battle scar.
Josh Tolson says, Eric, I found a supplier of HDU today at St. Louis that will sell to me at wholesale with free shipping. Very
fantastic. Nice. Might give that on that project. I'm telling you, that might be the way to go.
Justin Hellickson says, what's a good way to tell if the bearing is slipping on your router or if the collet isn't holding it very well?
Well, the bearing... that I don't think of the bearing as something that can slip. Yeah, you did. The bearing, when the bearing goes out in the router, since I got a router right here, the bearing, there's generally a top bearing and a bottom bearing. When the bearing goes out, you end up getting wobble in this thing, so it's not turning really true. And you can hear it, especially when you turn it off. It might sound like it's kind of grinding, or you just a weird sound that doesn't sound normal. That's the bearing. The collet itself, when the collet is slipping, what might be happening is you might have some buildup on the collet or inside the shaft, because this is tapered. This is tapered to fit down in there, and then that's what tightens it up. But if something happens and you get kind of buildup on this collet or buildup in here, that could cause that thing not to tighten and close up, and then you could be malfunctioning. This is a 1/2 inch collet, so it actually shows up better than a 1/4 inch collet for this particular instance, because I had that big bit for flattening my slabs, or Vicky's slabs. Anyway, so I don't know if that answers your question or not, but the collet slipping and causing the bit to work its way out is different than the bearing going bad. I've never seen a bearing go bad and it had to do and it went this way. It always just goes this way, and it generally just you can look at the bit as it's spinning, and you might see just a tad bit of a wobble in there.
Darren Smith said, "I'm sorry, he meant on vectorstock.com, not
Oh.
Vector." Okay.
Oh, okay.
Harrison. Can you
Jason Harrison.
Gosh darn, he's signed in under Julie.
Yeah.
He said the DWP 611 is a DeWalt 26200 in the UK.
Yeah.
Bob Bennett says, I have a skill router that is 2.5 horse. I found out playing with it that I have to turn the speed down to have control of the router while I'm carving. It's a lot of torque on it.
Really? That's interesting. Huh.
Bob Rose says, nice truck. What year?
That is a 70, a Chevy 70. But the grill, anybody that really knows those trucks will say, no, that's a 68, because the grill is I believe out of a 68. But the 68 and 72 are that model. Just different grill and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Tessa says, how much do you sand down a live edge piece of pine before you carve it? And I'm sure you put sanding sealer on it. Question mark.
A live edge piece of pine. Here's the thing. I can't recall that I ever had any live edge pine, but I probably would put sanding sealer on it. Yeah, I would. But how much you sand it down is just as much as you need to get a smooth surface so that you get a good layout. If you're doing a transfer, like a inkjet transfer or even laser jet transfer with like acetone or lacquer thinner, you got to have a really good smooth surface or you won't get a good transfer. If you're just using layout letters and that kind of stuff, then just smooth enough so you can run your hand across it and still get a good layout when you spray your layout patterns.
I'm sure this is a smart aleck question from John Jernigan.
I'm sure it is.
His question, I've heard Asian and European model routers are smaller, but have more power and longevity. Is there any truth to this? You are the router expert.
Shut up, John.
Justin says, would it work to mark both the shaft and the bit to test that? Is there something you have done?
Say that again. If there what?
Would it work to mark both the shaft and the bit to test that?
It's not a bad idea. If you suspect that your bit is starting to slip, you can make a little mark right at the base of where the collet is, so that if it does slip, you'll know.
Dan Yoda says, you go, Vicky, beat the fly's butt. Dana Arbogast is here. He said, nice.
Hey, Dana. Thank you. Yeah, you could mark the bit right where it at the bottom of the collet and see if it's slipping on you. Just make sure that you get that thing tight. And if the other thing is too, and I used to not quite understand how this mechanism works, but make sure that this thing is nice and lubricated in there too. Put a little bit of oil in there, and that will help it grip better.
Leon Martin says, what size motor is in the Chevy?
That's just got a 350. It's just it's built a little bit. It's a 350 with a turbo 350 behind it. So it's just mild, nothing crazy. I want to put a new.
Old for crazy.
I do want to put a better drivetrain in it though. I want to put a better transmission, 700R, so I can cruise at a little bit better speed. Because right now it'll tack out pretty good with that turbo 350, and maybe put some different gear ratio in the rear end. But that's a different deal. I've got to work on my cooling system first. Out here it tends to run kind of hot, so I need to put an aluminum radiator in it. And anyway, okay. I need to work on the cooling system.
Hi, Lyndon Johnson.
Hey, Lyndon.
Danny Meadows said, Eric, I put the ampersand on backwards on a sign tonight, not paying attention. Anyway.
That's interesting.
Is there a way to do a cover-up without redoing the whole sign?
And you've already carved it, Danny? Yeah, there's a couple ways. You could, if you've already carved it, if it's outset, you could cut the whole thing out and make a square in there, laminate a little piece. And I've done a video on this. You could glue a little piece in there and then recarve it the right way. Yeah. If it's inset, a little tougher to do. Depending on the way that, I don't know what the sign is. But if it's one line of a 2-line, multiple line sign, you could make an overlay for the whole line. So if you want to send me some pictures of it, it's inset. Send me some pictures of it, Danny. Give me a couple pictures of it, and maybe I can come up with something for you. There are some alternatives. There might be a way. Without seeing it, it's really hard to say.
If you're going to do those,
okay. All right. So, sign carvers of the day. Let's get into those before John asks another smarty.
Totally inappropriate question.
Yeah. Totally politically incorrect,
Richard
John.
Says, what's your thought on torching and wood burning for signs? I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
A lot of people, it's very popular now. A lot of people are doing it. It's not my thing. I'm just not a fan. I guess, I saw too much of it in the 70s. Mm-hmm. All the furniture that we owned when I was a little kid seemed to have torched. It was all like 2x4s torched, and it just wasn't my thing. And then it went away, and now it's back, and it's back with a vengeance. A lot of people love it. Right. Hey, to each his own. It's just not my thing. All right, Art Gonzalez. So this is his first sign. And he did this for his niece, who goes to Texas A&M, of course. Very cool. Which is really good for a first sign. Terrific job, Art. Eric Hicks, this is his second sign.
Hold on, let me be still in there.
Yeah, it's kind of dark,
I have tried
but it's
to make
really cool.
That snake that don't tread on me.
Yeah.
As a template, and I can't get it to stay together. It just falls apart.
It just falls apart. Yeah, that don't tread on me thing is... It's really cool.
Leonard Davis says, I like torching, depends on the type of wood.
Yeah, some people do, some people don't. But it's real popular right now. Anyway, great job, Eric. That is a beautiful sign. Another Eric. Eric Murray. 2 Erics in a row.
Oh, I like
and a
that.
first sign. And this was really neat, the way he did the colors.
Yeah.
The white and the brown on the tree and the bear. Great job for a first sign. Some really cool stuff. Great job. Who's this? Jason Harrison. I've never heard of him. Jason. So Jason is doing some of those nurses Superman signs, and I think it was Richard Whitaker, I think, is doing a bunch of them over there in the UK. But Jason, this is his version of them. Looks terrific, Jason.
Is that a wine bottle? Looks like it's empty.
I think
scotch or something.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a wine bottle. He's on there. Maybe he can explain it to you. Yeah, what's that bottle all about?
Notice my eyes go right to the bottle.
Yeah, I think that might be some brown liquid. Maybe that's not wine. And last but not least, Gary Zellner. Really cool. Gary's made some great signs. He's been on Sign Carvers of the Day many times. Who?
Nancy Hall.
Hey, Nancy. Great job, Gary. Love it. Terrific work, buddy. Anyway, good stuff, you guys.
Whiskey.
It's whiskey? I thought it was, it looked a little dark for wine. Or a little light, actually.
Oban whiskey, I guess.
Oban whiskey. That helps with the carving, I guess. All right, so a couple more things. I haven't talked about the channel search in a while. This is if you guys have specific things that you're looking for on our channel, which now we have way more than 1,000 videos. So if you guys are looking for something specific, go to this channel search right here. When you go to Old Dave 100, that's the YouTube channel, OLDAV 100, and you're looking for a specific subject, or you already know the number of the video that you're looking for. Just type it in right there, and it should bring it up for you. If not, email me and I'll find it, hopefully. What?
Oh, Jason says it's $80.
$80 for that bottle of whiskey?
Yeah.
Oof.
It'd take me, I'd just open it and smell it, and I'd be on the floor.
All right, one more thing. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you saw my post this morning. Maker Summer School. I am so fired up to go to this thing. This is going to be in Cleveland in August. Vicki and I are going to be there. I am just beside myself honored and humbled that I'm going to be one of the faculty, that I'm going to be teaching a class on what I do. But you guys, if you're in the Cleveland area, especially if you're within driving distance, go check this thing out. Go to makersummerschool.com. Look at all of the different things that they're going to do. This is a partial list of the people that are going to be teaching there. I know the pictures are really small. There's over 40 just amazing teachers. Well,
and look down there in the corner. In the
39 amazing teachers, and then there's me. But these guys, you got Jess Crow, you got Brad Rodriguez, Jimmy DeResta, Sarah from Ugly Duckling, you got Laney from Pine and Birch, you've got, oh my gosh, and there's just tons of people here that I've never had the chance to meet. Many of them I have. I know Ann of All Trades, Ann Briggs is going to be there. It's just going to be Laura Camp. It's just an amazing lineup of people that are going to be teaching at this thing. It is for the conference. It's $359 for the 3-day ticket right now. At I think the end of this month, that goes back an extra $90, so it's $449 after June 1st. And if you use the code faculty50, because I'm one of the faculty and you follow me, you get $50 off that $359. And then there's some what they call crash courses. Those are extra things where you can take specialized classes for certain ones. But it is really going to be. They had a spring make last year. This is the first year of Maker Summer School, but last year it was spring make and was put on by Lincoln Welder, and I heard just nothing but amazing things about it. So the same guy that put it on last year, Craig Coffey, is putting on this Maker Summer School.
Renee said, that sounds like an amazing adventure, brother. Have you been there before?
I haven't. This is the first year. I've never been to Cleveland before. But this is the first year that they're doing this Maker Summer School. But I am so fired up. I cannot wait for that. It was originally scheduled in June, but because of the COVID thing, they found a new location and they pushed it back to August. But it looks like it's going to happen. So anyway, guys, go check that out. That
I'll
website.
Be there walking around while Eric's working.
No, you'll be helping me.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. She'll be my
Bruce
assistant.
Peters says praying the country will be open in August.
Yes. Yeah. If something happens and you end up buying a ticket, Craig is a top-notch guy. Craig Coffey is the guy that's putting it on, and you can go to the website. He absolutely guarantees if something happens where they have to cancel it or whatever, you're going to get your money back. But I think that things will be going by. Right now, it looks really good. We're going to have more details coming out in the next few weeks.
Bruce said, "Bring a fan and enjoy the humidity." Dan Yoda says, "Cleveland rocks."
Yeah, I am like Vicki and I'm really fired up. Vicki, I'm not so sure. I'm not sure about that, but I am really, really excited about doing this. So I hope some of you that we've never had a chance to meet in person, if you happen to be in and around, even if you don't, and let me say this, even if you don't go to the actual function, and you happen to be in the Cleveland area during that time, definitely hit us up. We're going to do a maker meetup where just some of our people want to meet us or whatever. We'll find a way to put it together just like we do when we go to Atlanta every year. So really fired up about that. But anyway, guys, that's it. If there's any more questions, let me know. Now's the time. And if not...
Okay, Tessa, that sounds good. She says maybe I'll come, Vicki. We go drink some wine.
Oh, cool. That would be great.
John Jernigan says it's the Chicago of Ohio.
Okay.
It should be fun.
Yeah, great. All right, you guys. I guess that's it. We will be here same time tomorrow night with some more stuff. I've got a lot more questions, and if you guys have more questions, please, please, please email me directly, eric@makeawoodsign.com. And if you need supplies, you know where the website is, makeawoodsign.com. And I guess that's it.
The little birds are going crazy over
Pretty
there.
much out of words. Yeah, I think we got a bird
We're having
fight
a bird
going on.
fight. Love you too, Nemone.
Thank you guys. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Chris Fugis says, stop by Illinois on your way. I'll give you some deer salami.
Ooh, that sounds good. Yeah, yummy.
All right. Good night, Gracie.
Bye, guys.